Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, November 3rd, 2016 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I embrace the healing power of now. And today we have the moon finishing up in Sagittarius. There's kind of a theme going on between the cards, between conversations I've even had this morning, and that is the phrase, with great power comes great responsibility. And I'm kind of feeling that energy today. And I was sitting here thinking, okay, so we have the sun in Scorpio. So we're working really strong with the Scorpio energy, which is power. And then we have this moon in Sagittarius, which, expands the energy, infinite possibilities. So it expands the potential of the power energy that we're working with. And then we have the moon shifting into Capricorn, which kind of takes us to the place, it takes us to the place of how we look in front of, into the world, how people view us. It also takes us into our leadership. And so there's this strong, current of power. And there's that energy too of like, oh, I notice how I'm being seen. And so often, when these energies collide, they can take us in two directions. They can either take us deeper into our integrity and our authenticity, or it can take us into the place like, I have to show up how the world wants me to show up. And my encouragement always, but in this energy, is embracing the healing power of being who you are now and honoring that energy in integrity that you bring. And I've really got that through the cards today as well. I've got a lot of master number things going on. We have the sun at 11 degrees, so that's that healing degree. So no matter where you are in this spectrum of honoring the now and honoring your power in the now, there is healing available to you, and I've got the King of Cups to go along with that. I also have in the fairy tale, Shadows and Light and Fairy Tale cards, I got numbers 22 and 44 coming up. And we have a Lilith-Juno connection at 29, which is an 11 as well. So master level degrees are not about being the master, but it's about embodying these master level lessons. And so we've got these master level lessons helping us embrace the power of the now, helping us embrace these different changing levels of how are you showing up in the world, how are you bringing forth your power in the world. Moon in Sagittarius is beginning the day by connecting with Chiron and Uranus. So the moon is squaring Chiron and is trining Uranus. So Chiron, again, brings in that healing energy, and it's healing us of like, we have this thing, we want to expand, we want to get greater, we want to get better. Keep it also within your realm. It's when, we're like, I want to get better and better and better, and, the ego starts going, and the head starts going, and all these things start going, and you're not embodying the power of now. You're not embodying who you are in this moment, that, the things can go haywire. And Uranus is kind of echoing that energy, trining that moon, saying, hey, be true to you in this moment. You may see the track that you're evolving onto. You may see where you're going, but where you're going is not as important in this moment as where you are right now, and really fulfilling this energy of the now, in the now. So keep coming back. Where am I right now? How can I work with myself where I'm at right now? I also love this connection between the moon and Uranus because it is an agent of change. It is an element of bringing shift in if necessary. And, Uranus energy can bring in that element of stress. If you find yourself stressed where you're at right now, this is a key to take your monkey out for a walk. And by the monkey, I mean the mind, because your mind is too involved. This is a key to sit back, allowing the universe to do what it needs to do, allowing the universe to help you expand in this moment now into you as you can be, because it's through embodying the power of the now that you get there. That being said, the moon is going to then be void of course through most of the day. So you may kind of feel like sitting back, being quiet, allowing the energies to come in and do the work on you. So if you feel that way, that is embracing the healing power of right now. So Lilith and Juno connecting 29 degrees Scorpio. This is an interesting connection because Lilith is like, hey, I'm going to do things my way. And Juno, is really about partnership and being in a marriage. What I always like to come back to with these energies when they work together is recognizing coming back into that word, the sovereignty of you. A lot of times when we get, in partnerships of any kind, whether it is a marriage, whether it's a work relationship, whether it's even a friendship, we can lose pieces of ourselves. And so that's what I think is kind of what's coming in today, is like returning the power of our light to ourselves, coming back into that energy of the power of ourselves in our sovereignty. And this doesn't mean start a fight. This doesn't mean, leave something that's good, but it's just recognizing where you're at. But that's an interesting little slip right there. Where you are at in this moment, in any partnership. Are you being true to you? Are you honoring your Lilith energy, which is one of like being one unto yourself, being true to yourself. Make sure that, your boundaries are in place when it comes to that. Your boundaries can shift and move, but you do have to be true to yourself in the moment in order to honor them and work with them. And these cards are kind of echoing that energy. We've got Voodoo in Blue, which is saying back off. And she's saying, hey, to start valuing being honest above being nice at all times. And saying, like, if somebody is crowding you or, not honoring your energy, it's time for you to honor yourself and be willing to say, hey, I gotta honor myself. The other story from the fairy tale cards, card 44, is the water and salt story, which is basically where a daughter says to her father, like, I love you like water and salt, and he gets mad, and his ego gets out of whack, and he's like, be banished, be gone, and then later she feeds him a meal, and he doesn't know it's her, without water and salt, and he's like, ugh, I can't handle this, and then suddenly she stands up and tells him the truth of everything, and he cries, and is in the water and the salt. And this is about standing in your power, standing in the truth of your love, standing in what is right for you, what is true for you, and the card is truth. And so that is that very much that moon in Sagittarius energy, really holding the integrity, even as illusions of power may come, trying to lure you out of that place. Stay in your truth, stay in your center. I love that number 11 that we're at today, the healing power of, like, I will be me in this world, and that will be beautiful, and that will be healing. So that is it for today. Stand in your truth. Book a reading if you want to dive in deeper. I have a reading sale going on right now. You can find that at GaiaBlooming.com, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.